Sholly Okoko Danger, a name that commanded reverence and inspired terror, was the enigmatic leader of the infamous 800 Hit Squad, a notorious faction of the Air Lords. This elusive group had been implicated in a string of brutal killings, predominantly targeting members of the rival Black Axe confraternity. The whispers of Sholly's exploits had become the stuff of dark legend, with many believing him to be the mastermind behind the senseless bloodshed. Rumors of Sholly's notoriety stretched back to his tumultuous days at Lagos State University, where he allegedly orchestrated a series of vicious attacks against Black Axe members. His reputation as a ruthless and cunning operator had spread like wildfire throughout the institution, particularly in the Agbora area, where his name was spoken in hushed tones. It was as if Sholly Okoko Danger had become synonymous with fear itself. The roots of Sholly's deep-seated animosity towards the Black Axe remained shrouded in mystery. Some speculated that his vendetta was born out of a personal rejection, alleging that Sholly had once attempted to join the Black Axe, only to be callously rebuffed. This claim, however, remained unsubstantiated, and its validity couldn't be verified. Nevertheless, the mere mention of Sholly's name was enough to send shivers down the spines of some Black Axe members, who were familiar with his brutal exploits. As the leader of the 800 Hit Squad, Sholly Okoko Danger had cultivated an aura of invincibility, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. His true motives and the driving forces behind his actions remained unknown, but one thing was certain: Sholly Okoko Danger was a force to be reckoned with, and those who crossed his path did so at their own peril. The shadows that shrouded his past only added to the enigma that was Sholly Okoko Danger, a man whose name had become synonymous with violence, intimidation, and dread. Sholly Okoko Danger, a moniker that would become etched in the annals of Lagos underworld, was born from the humble beginnings of a young man named Shola, who grew up in the bustling streets of Okoko. It was in this unassuming neighborhood that the seeds of Sholly's notorious reputation were sown, and his nom de guerre, Sholly Okoko Danger, was born. The Air Lords, a powerful confraternity with a stranglehold on Lagos streets, boasted an array of deadly hit squads, each with its unique modus operandi. However, Sholly's 800 Hit Squad stood head and shoulders above the rest, its reputation for brutality and efficiency striking fear into the hearts of its enemies. What set Sholly's squad apart was its brazen style of execution, which was as bold as it was ruthless. Whenever the 800 Hit Squad descended upon a location, their presence was heralded by a cacophony of voices, announcing their arrival to all who would listen. This was no subtle, stealthy operation. Sholly's squad was a force of nature, leaving a trail of destruction and chaos in its wake. Theirs was a campaign of terror, designed to instill fear and respect in equal measure. What's more, Sholly's 800 Hit Squad was a well-oiled machine, capable of executing multiple hits across various locations in Lagos within a single day. Their operational tempo was dizzying, leaving law enforcement agencies and rival gangs struggling to keep pace. Sholly's squad was a Hydra-like entity, striking with deadly precision and disappearing into the shadows before their enemies could even regroup. As the leader of this notorious hit squad, Sholly Okoko Danger had become a ghostly figure, a specter of death who haunted the streets of Lagos. His name was whispered in terror by those who knew him, and his exploits were the stuff of dark legend. Sholly's 800 Hit Squad was the embodiment of his ruthless ambition, a finely honed instrument of violence that had become the most feared entity in Lagos underworld. Sholly Okoko's reputation had grown to monumental proportions, casting a long and ominous shadow over the underworld of Lagos. His exploits, though shrouded in mystery, had become the stuff of legend, striking fear into the hearts of his enemies. It was only a matter of time before the Black Axe, a rival confraternity, took notice of his meteoric rise to infamy. Determined to put an end to Sholly's reign of terror, members of the Black Axe embarked on a mission to gather intelligence on their elusive adversary. They scoured the streets, gathering whispers and rumors, piecing together the fragments of Sholly's shadowy existence. Their efforts eventually yielded the prized possession of Sholly's contact information, which they promptly used to confront him via a chilling phone call. The voice on the other end of the line was laced with venom, as the Black Axe member howled threats and warnings at Sholly, vowing to bring him to justice. The words dripped with malice, promising a gruesome fate for the notorious hitman. Sholly, however, remained unfazed, his silence a testament to his unyielding resolve. Undeterred by their inability to intimidate Sholly, the Black Axe Hit Squads launched a relentless manhunt, scouring every nook and cranny of Lagos in search of their quarry. They combed the streets, interviewed informants, and followed every lead, no matter how tenuous. Yet, despite their best efforts, Sholly remained a ghost, always one step ahead of his pursuers. In a desperate bid to capture their elusive foe, high-ranking members of the Black Axe allegedly placed a substantial bounty on Sholly's head, promising a reward of millions of naira to any hit squad that could bring him to justice. The offer was a tantalizing one, enticing many would-be bounty hunters to join the fray. Still, the months ticked by, and Sholly remained at large, his legend growing with each passing day. A year had elapsed since the Black Axe first set their sights on Sholly, and yet, he continued to evade capture, leaving his enemies frustrated and bewildered. It was as if he possessed an otherworldly ability to anticipate and evade their every move. Sholly Okoko had become a mystical figure, a specter of death who haunted the shadows, always staying one step ahead of those who sought to bring him down. His very existence had become a source of fascination and terror, a reminder that, in the underworld of Lagos, some individuals were truly untouchable. The Black Axe Hit Squad had been hot on Sholly Okoko Danger's heels for what seemed like an eternity, receiving tantalizing intel on his whereabouts only to arrive at the designated location and find that he had vanished into thin air. It was as if Sholly possessed a sixth sense, a preternatural ability to anticipate and evade his enemies. The cat-and-mouse game had been ongoing for months, with the Black Axe Squad constantly playing catch-up to the elusive Sholly. However, in a shocking twist of fate, Sholly Okoko Danger's demise would not come at the hands of his arch-nemesis, the Black Axe, but rather at the hands of someone he had once considered a close friend and ally. On the 18th of November 2023, Sholly's life was brutally cut short by his fellow Airlord member, a man who had once been part of his inner circle. The events that led to Sholly's downfall were rooted in a tale of betrayal, greed, and a deep-seated grudge. It was alleged that the Airlord friend, who had been instrumental in Sholly's rise to power, had been imprisoned following a botched robbery. The heist, which had been orchestrated by Sholly and his friend, had gone awry, and while Sholly had managed to escape with the loot, his friend had been left to face the music alone. The prison sentence had been a long and arduous one, and during that time, the Airlord friend had been left to stew in his own bitterness and resentment. It was said that Sholly had never bothered to visit his friend in prison, nor had he made any efforts to secure his release. The abandonment had been a crushing blow, and the Airlord friend had vowed to exact his revenge upon his release. That day finally arrived, and the Airlord friend, fueled by a burning desire for retribution, set his sights on Sholly. He carefully orchestrated a plan, using his knowledge of Sholly's habits and movements to set a trap. And then, in a shocking act of betrayal, the Airlord friend struck, taking Sholly's life in a brutal and senseless act of violence. The news of Sholly Okoko Danger's demise sent shockwaves through the underworld of Lagos, a stark reminder that even the most notorious and feared individuals can fall victim to the very violence they once perpetrated. As the dust settled on Sholly's lifeless body, one thing was clear: his death was a senseless tragedy, a preventable consequence of a life lived in the shadows of cultism. The story of Sholly Okoko Danger serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the devastating consequences of cultism and the violence it perpetuates. It is a stark warning to those who would seek to follow in Sholly's footsteps, a reminder that the allure of power and prestige is often a fatal attraction. Let Sholly's story be a lesson to us all: say no to cultism, and choose a path that leads to life, not death.